Hello, and welcome to the Synergy Business Solutions demonstration of our custom AP check approval process. And let's just jump right in. First things first, let's talk about the access rights that are going to be required to utilize our product. In the Administrations section, under Group Maintenance, the installation process is going to create three new groups: AP Check Approval, AP Check Calc, and AP Check Print. The AP Check Calc group is where you'll assign users that are responsible for creating the check batch, either using the AP payment selection process or using Edit Select Documents for payment. Users in this group will not have approval authority or print authority. The second group is the AP Check Approval group. Individuals in this group are responsible for approving the check batch. Users assigned to this group will not be able to create a check batch or print a check batch. The third group is the AP Check Print. These users are responsible for printing the checks. Users in this group will not be able to create a batch or approve batches. Note that users can belong to more than one group. The users that I'm going to be working with today are John Dynamics, DY01, and John belongs to two different groups. He belongs to the AP Check Calc group as he's responsible for creating the check batches. Then he'll notify my approver that I have batches that need to be approved. And then once the batches are approved, John's going to be printing the checks as well. My second user is Jane Accountant. Jane is responsible for approving the checks. We've got our access rights all set up. Let's go ahead and move into processing. While I'm switching users to John Dynamics, I do want to point out that users in this process are not affected with their day-to-day processing. Users can still create vouchers, release batches. Nothing changes in this approval process. This customization only affects the approving of the batch once it gets created. I'm now logged in as John Dynamics, and I already have some documents that have been entered. I'm just going to go ahead and create my check batch, and I'm going to create the batch using the Edit Select Document for payment. I currently have no batches listed. I'm going to go ahead and pick a couple vouchers that need to be paid, and they happen to be for the same vendor. I go ahead and I save my check batch. So I have one batch, $2, batch number 51. At this point, I would send Jane Accountant an email or call her or yell across the cubicle and say, hey, there's a check batch that needs to be approved. So Jane's now going to log in. And on Jane's menu, the only items that she has access to are the AP Check Approval and the Check Preview screens. Let's go ahead and go right into the AP Check Approval. This is the new screen that we added for this customization, and I have three options that I can do on this screen. I can run the Check Preview report, and this just launches the standard Check Preview report so that I can take a look at what the vouchers are that I'm approving. I can approve the checks, or I can reject the batch. And this is not a document by document rejection. It's an approve all or reject all. Under the AP check information, we'll notice that I have a section for checks and ACH payments. The customization does look to see if you have documents that are set up for being paid by ACH, and we do work with the SK Global's e-banking module. In this case, it says I have number of checks as 2. Number of documents that we're approving are going to be 2. It'll just produce one check for my vendor. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to approve the batch. This batch is approved, and I yell back over the cubicle to John Dynamics to let him know that I've approved the batch, or I send him an email to let him know. John now logs in, and what you're going to notice is that on his menu, the Edit Select Documents for Payment screen is no longer available. And this is by design so that once the batch is approved, no one can go back in and edit it and make changes to it. If it was rejected, of course, I can do that. But if it's approved, I no longer have access to it. So that tightens it up that I can't have her approve it for $2 and then I'm going to go add a $3,000 check to it and run that batch. So the only thing that I can do is I can print the check batches that have been approved. I'm going to go ahead and open up checks. This is normal standard processing. I'm using the Max-Q Micker Check product. Everything is the same. I pick my one batch and I'm going to go ahead and print. My batch is going to print. I am printing to a PDF for demonstration purposes today. Here comes my check screen. I'll go ahead and save that. It prints my checks. That looks great. I'll go ahead and close that. And I'm going to run the keep all process. I can delete all if I need to, same functionality. Right now I'm going to get a little error that says I don't have access rights for this because I didn't set that up yet. My batch has completed processing and I am ready to go. At this point, I still have this screen. There are no more checks out there for me to print, so I can't even get back into that screen. I do need to refresh my menu. And now as John Dynamics, and I go back to my AP module, and I now can go back and start the process over with edit select documents for payment or payment selection. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Some access rights groups are created, and once those are created and users are assigned, the menu changes for what they have access to and what they don't. And then also we've added the AP check approval screen for those folks who are in your approval group. That's the product in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Synergy Business Solutions, and we will be happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much and have a great day.